Hey guys, so Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Infected Batman of Earth -22, aka the Batman Who Laughs. Now before we get into it here, let's first take a look-see at both the front and the back of the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, Infected Batman of Earth -22 comes with a collectible trading card. And as much as I prefer artwork from the source material on these collectible trading cards, especially in this case since all the other Dark Knight's Metal related characters have that, and it's Greg Capullo artwork, so kind of hard to top that in my opinion. I will tell you that the photograph that they used on the back of the box for this guy and on this trading card here is really freaking cool. Makes him look like he glows in the dark. I don't think he does. He might be blacklight reflective, but at any rate, it's a really cool looking photograph, and I gotta give props for the due here. It's by on the back that you can pause and read at your own leisure. Long story short, this is how Batman looked in between getting infected with Joker's laughing gas and becoming the Cenobite monster known as the Batman Who Laughs. So a really interesting design for the Dark Knight, if I do say so myself, kind of in between points of sanity and insanity. I think this is also the suit he wore when he killed off most of the Bat family and the Justice League. But don't quote me on that. Sounds like a fun time, though, you know. Killing all your friends and family after you go nuts. That's some hardcore horror film stuff right there, man. And as far as his actual accessories go, he only comes with this comically oversized Batarang. I mean, this thing is bigger than his chest. But given the fact that this is supposed to be a Joker-fied version of Batman, you can almost get away with this. Because a Joker-fied Batman would probably have Batarangs that are comically oversized, because, you know, that's how Joker was. That's how I assume a Joker-fied Batman would be. And this actually does fit in his right hand pretty well. Can hold it no problem. So I'm gonna give this accessory a pass, but I would have liked something else. That said, before we get any further into this review and take a closer look at Infected Batman of Earth -22, I would actually like to dedicate this review to my good buddy Jason over at 5 Points of Articulation, who recently hit 2,000 subscribers, probably going on 3,000 at this point. And he's the one who actually sold me on this figure. Because at first I thought it looked a little bit goofy, a little bit hokey, a little bit cheesy, but after watching his review, which the guy does really good reviews. If you like old school Toy Galaxy type stuff, I would say that's what this guy reminds me of the most. Back when Toy Galaxy used to do toy reviews on the regular, that is. Needless to say, he sold me on this figure. Made me want to pick him up, because at first I was thinking about waiting, because this whole wave is actually really good. This most recent wave of DC Multiverse figures. Because you got this guy, you got the Grifter, you got Ghostmaker, you got Duke Thomas, you got Godspeed. I don't know if they were all released at the exact same time, but those are all figures I definitely want to check out, especially on my channel. So I will leave a link in the description below to Jason's review of this figure, because if I don't sell you on this, he definitely will. And congrats once again on hitting 2,000 subscribers, man. It's really cool. Side note, I actually won a giveaway in regards to, I want to say it was 1,000 subscribers. I don't think it was 2,000. For a free Joker Titan Megafig. So, shout out to him once again for getting that out. That should be here. That's probably actually already here. If you guys check my shorts, I think I've probably already got one posted of that by now. But again, I will leave a link in the description below to his review of this figure, so you can check it out for yourself. Head on over there, show him some love, let him know Overlord sent ya. Taking a closer look at the Infected Batman of Earth at -22. Comes with the standard DC Multiverse hockey puck display stand that we're used to seeing with all McFarlane toys. Gotta tell ya, as I said before, I thought this guy looked kind of silly at first, but having him in hand, there's no comparison. It's so much better in hand than, you know, photos online and whatnot. I mean, I know I said 5 points this review of this guy really sold me on him, but still, after I got him in hand, I liked him a lot more than I did even after that. Especially that head sculpt. It's probably one of the best head sculpts in the line so far. Let's see if I can darken that up so you can see the details. Really cool looking, man. Again, I don't think these parts are glow in the dark, but I bet they're blacklight reflective. As far as articulation on this guy goes, he's got a really good double ball peg in the head. You can look up, you can look down, you can tilt side to side. You can look side to side. Really good. Shoulders go out to the side. He does have that McFarlane style ball hinge or ball peg in the shoulder. A little bit hindered on this guy because of the cape, but that's to be expected. He's got a bicep swivel. Double joint in the elbow. A little bit gappy, but not too bad as far as the Cliffs of Dover are concerned. He's got a hinge. Ball hinge wrist. Works pretty well. You can rotate at the hand and at the wrist. I don't think these come off. No, they don't. Maybe with a little heat. Actually, hold on. That was actually starting to pop off. Yeah, they do pop off pretty easy. So, if you can find some extra hands that work with this guy, I would highly suggest doing so, because he needs some fists. He needs something else. The giant Batarang's cool, but I would have liked some extra hands, especially since they're able to come off here. And just to give you another look at that Batarang again, because while it is massive, it does, well, it did fit in his hand. What the heck? Alrighty. Try this again. Here we go. Well, it is oversized. It does actually fit in there, so gotta give him props. Gotta give him props for making it fit. That said, I love the sculpt of this hand. It's like reaching out, all creepy and stuff. As far as the torso is concerned, that's where he's a little bit hindered. But he does get some crunch. Just a little bit, not a ton. And if you adjust the waist here, you can get a little bit more. But he does get some crunch. He gets some back. Gets some tilt side to side. Does get some rotation up in there. And down here. So, pretty well articulated in the torso for a McFarlane figure, I must say. Definitely more so than Haunt. It was the last kind of basic size figure I looked at. His hips, now those are pretty restricted. You can kick them up, but they are going to kick out to the side quite a bit. They do kick out, they kick back down. He has a thigh cut, but almost nothing out of that. Now you could heat that and maybe get it to work a little better, but you're not going to get much out of that, it seems. So probably best to just leave it. He's got double jointed knees, which are nice and tight on this guy. I missed this super tight ratcheted knee. Kind of flat on the knee joint, but no cliffs of Dover. It's just flat, so I'll take that. And then he has the ankle balls, sculpted ball jointed ankles here. They do hinge forward and back. You rotate. He's got the rocker. And he's got the toe hinge, which on this guy, the toe hinge is nice and tight. I approve of. Forgot to mention Arkham Knight is another figure in this wave. So really you can't go wrong with this wave. This wave is pretty gangbusters all around. So hopefully be able to pick all of them up. Take a look at them all on this channel. So long as the schedule allows, because I don't just review DC Multiverse and McFarlane stuff on here. But really awesome figure. Kind of an underrated figure. A sleeper hit, as it were. But I'm going to just tell you right now, if you like Dark Knight's metal, you probably owe it to yourself to pick this guy up. So with that being said, let's now move on and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, and just to give you guys a closer look at the evolution of insanity, here's the infected Batman of Earth -22 next to the Rebirth Batman and the Batman Who Laughs, the very first McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure I ever purchased, actually, and one I hold in very high esteem. Not only is he one of my favorite DC Multiverse figures of all time, he was one of my favorite action figures overall for that year. I want to say it was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. That said, funny story, both him and the infected Batman of Earth -22 came from GameStop. So shout out to my local GameStop for carrying some really sick Multiverse figures. That said, the Rebirth Batman came from Walmart, so can't win them all, I guess. And last but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, Lemon Spawn, who's not towering over the infected Batman of Earth -22, but they are about neck and neck as far as height goes. That says, maybe good old Al Simmons here can whip good old Bruce Wayne back into shape, because, spoiler alert, he doesn't like clowns. So that being said, time to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, and even though I didn't have the highest expectations for this figure, and do wish he came with a slightly better accessory, I mean, what the heck's he going to do with that thing? Throw it at us or stab us in the back with it? So I'm being perfectly honest here. I think this guy's going to choose the latter. But with all that being said, I gotta tell you guys, I really like this figure. I can't stop messing around with him. Ever since I got him, he's been one of the figures I've been going back to the most. Even though he does have limited range in the hips because of how thick and dense the diaper is on this guy, or the overlay I should say, he makes up for that in spades everywhere else. For this line anyways, he is one of the best articulated figures I think I've messed with in quite some time. That said, the head sculpt is what sells this figure for me. It's immense, it's intense, it's terrifying, it's horrifying, it's scary AF. And I absolutely love it. Not only does it have incredible range with a very well implemented double ball peg, which is the way of the future. Sorry, not sorry. Not a big fan of disc hinges, but it just looks awesome. So if you are looking for a cool version of Batman to add to your DC collection, or are like me and are all in on the Dark Knight's Metal collection, then look no further. You definitely need to add this guy to your collection ASAP, because this is a bit of a sleeper hit as far as I'm concerned. I really love this figure. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. you're so inclined, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. If you haven't already, please hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep comments civil. The world sucks enough as it is, especially when you kill your arch enemy and then you're the one who ends up going nuts. How ironic. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.